Congratulations, you are officially a certified personal trainer. Now what? What's the next step? Did you not think this far ahead? Because most people don't. In fact, I need to give you props because most people never actually end up even getting their certification. A lot of people like to mentally masturbate and think about the idea of eventually becoming a personal trainer or a fitness coach simply because they enjoy working out in the gym and they enjoy paying attention to their nutrition, but they never actually put in the hard work to pass a test. I've seen this many, many times, but you actually ended up getting certified, whether it was through NASM or ISSA or one of the other certifications. But now you're probably like, well, what the hell do I do with this? You know, I have the plaque now. Do I just hang that up on my wall and then go back to doing what I was before? Well, you're going to have to ask yourself a couple of questions. You're going to have to get real and say, what exactly do I want to do with this? Was it just a hobby? Was it just something that I wanted to give myself to challenge myself a little bit? You know, give myself something to do, something to learn, a good way to spend my free time that wasn't endlessly doom scrolling or watching the next episode of a Netflix television show? Because if so, then you're on to the next thing. You're going to have to just continue to educate yourself. You're going to go find something else that you're interested in. But if your goal is to make a lot of money from this, if your goal is ultimately to quit your job and become financially free, then there are a lot of different things that you'll have to keep in mind. Now, most people, once they get certified, they fall into what I call the gym trap. All right, they think, yes, I love being in the gym. Now I'm going to become a personal trainer. So they go work at a big box gym or some sort of commercial in-person training gym where basically the gym will provide them with clientele and force them to charge a specific amount of money for a specific amount of sessions. The gym then takes 50 to 60% of whatever the personal trainer is bringing in, and then the personal trainer is usually left with around $25 per hour when you're actively personal training at the gym. And then when you're not actively personal training at the gym, you go back down to making like $12 or $13 an hour. It is not a good deal, especially when you take into consideration the fact that most people want to do in-person training sessions really early in the morning before they go to work, or really late at night after they're finished with work, which means that both those periods where other people have free time, you do not have free time, and you have now officially become a slave to other people's schedules, a slave to your clients, and you have also become a slave to your gym, because they're taking 60% of your paycheck. And yeah, you might enjoy being in the gym and the camaraderie and the community that comes along with it. Just being in that environment can give you energy, especially if you're somebody who is into health and fitness. But over time, trust me, it wears on you. It makes you extremely exhausted. Waking up really early for personal training sessions, staying really late for personal training sessions, just to collect pennies on the dollar. If you actually want to make money, you are going to have to become an independent. All right, you are going to have to start your own business. You are going to have to start personal training online. And what this does is it opens up a whole bunch of different things that you now have to consider. Now I need to start posting content. Now I need to start networking. Now I need to start creating relationships that are ultimately going to become clients in the future. I need to start putting my name out there and start networking so that when people think of the word fitness coach, they think of me and eventually they want to come to me to hire me. But in order for that to happen, how are you going to get their money in the first place? You have to be good at selling people on the product. So you have to have the skills of a high ticket salesperson, of somebody that can close $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $6,000, all the way up to $10,000 plans. You have to be able to do that. And most of you guys, when you're in this current situation, you're thinking about it and you're like, I can't even comprehend somebody spending $2,000 on a fitness coaching program. That is a huge problem, because if you can't even comprehend that and you don't know how you're going to find people to spend $2,000 on a fitness coaching program, how the hell are you going to sell them on a $2,000 fitness coaching program? So this is clearly the path that you have to take, but it's also the one that presents the most problems. And this is where most personal trainers, most fitness coaches, they shut down. And then maybe we'll go work at a gym for about 6 months, but then they decide, hey, this just really isn't working. They usually get burned out, and then they'll go back to doing something else. You really need to take control of your current situation and realize that getting certified was just a tiny piece of the puzzle. Even though it felt like something big, it felt like something that was giving you this mission, this sense of accomplishment, this sense of, oh, I can go learn and then officially be a certified personal trainer, it really means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. In fact, I myself know many people who have never even gotten certified, who make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year from fitness coaching. So you have to realize, I am now a business owner, and it is up to me to bring in clientele every single week and sell them on the product that I am going to create. While all of this is going on, you are going to be combating things like imposter syndrome, because like I said, it's going to be difficult to charge prices when you honestly don't even see that much value in your own program and in your own services. And so you have to start building up confidence with yourself. You have to start stacking wins, proof that shows that you know what you're talking about and that you are somebody who can actually help people get where they want to go. I'm telling you guys right now that the people are out there. I'm talking about people that wouldn't even blink when you tell them that your fitness coaching costs $5,000 to $10,000. There are people, they don't even care. That is a tiny drop in the bucket to them. You need to get in front of those people if you really want to make a lot of money. You can have some sort of low ticket offer where you're selling coaching for $200 to $300 per month. It is possible, and you can make some decent revenue off that, and maybe that's where you start, but you need to be working towards something so much greater. And what this means is utilizing every single aspect of marketing that is available to you today. Building a bulletproof product that has so much value that you yourself can look at it and think, I would pay thousands of dollars for this. And the people who I want to serve will pay thousands of dollars for this. You also have to learn to put yourself out there on social media. This is another thing that weeds out a lot of other people. It's like a funnel. Every single step of the way in the journey of a fitness coach or personal trainer weeds out a massive percentage of the population. A lot of people simply don't want to post. A lot of people don't simply want to introduce themselves to random strangers every single day, to hand out business cards, to get their name out there in the public so that they can eventually start collecting clients. When I first got my certification, the thing that I understood was that I just needed to focus on getting one new client every single week. That was my goal. And it didn't matter where it came from, whether it was from posting on social media, meeting somebody at the gym, meeting somebody at the grocery store. I needed to get one person that was going to pay me $300 per month for my fitness coaching. Because then if I worked my way up over the span of 10 weeks, I would have 10 people that would ultimately be paying me $300 every single month. Then I would be bringing in an approximate of $3,000 every single month, which was exactly how much I was gaining from working my 9-to-5 job at the time. That was what I understood. And that is what you start with when it comes to the basics of the business. But while that is going on, you need to be honing in your skills. You need to be focused on improving the aspects of your life that are going to benefit you, or the aspects of your business that are going to benefit you down the line. I'm talking about posting content daily, not just on YouTube, not just on Instagram, but on TikTok, on things like Snapchat, posting everywhere consistently so that your ideal client will eventually be able to come to you. Because those people are out there, it's just up to you to get in front of them. So hopefully this kind of opens the eyes of those of you guys who have just gotten your personal training certifications and are wondering, hey, what is this next step? If you want the entire thing laid out for you, I know it can feel very overstimulating, but if you want somewhere where you can go where you're going to have a community of other trainers that are transitioning to making money online who are selling high ticket, if you want a space where you can learn how to sell very expensive high ticket fitness coaching packages, if you are looking for a place where you can learn to understand how to start posting on social media and how to start building a brand that is going to bring in clients that love you and that want to work with you, you can feel free to apply for Empire Blueprint. There is a link inside of the description down below. Make sure to drop a like on this video if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.